They didn't hurt you. They were patient, consistent, kind. They showed up. They listened. They didn't disappear. They didn't play games. And still, you couldn't relax around them. Something in you stayed tense. You watched your words. You held parts of yourself back. Not because they did something wrong, but because something in you was waiting for it. And that's the confusing part. You don't understand why you feel this way. You want connection. You want closeness. But when it actually starts happening, you hesitate. You overthink their tone. You question their intentions. You analyze small changes. If they reply late, it means something. If they act slightly different, it means something. Your mind fills in gaps that may not even exist. Because you're not just seeing what's happening. You're trying to predict what comes next. Over time, a pattern forms. You start pulling back, not dramatically, slowly. You become less expressive, less open, less available. You tell yourself you're being careful. But what you're really doing is creating distance before anything can go wrong. You don't fully trust the connection. You monitor it. You wait for the shift. Because somewhere in your system, good moments feel temporary. This doesn't come from nowhere. It forms in environments where connection wasn't stable. Where people could be warm one moment and distant the next. Where attention came and then disappeared. Where care felt real but didn't last. Maybe someone was kind until they weren't. Maybe closeness was followed by withdrawal. Maybe emotional safety was inconsistent. So your system learned something quietly. Don't rely on it. Don't fully trust it. 'Cause if you do, you might feel it disappear again. So you adapted. You became aware. You started reading people closely. Their tone, their behavior, their patterns. You learned to sense distance. Before it happened, you trained yourself to stay one step ahead. And it worked. It protected you from being caught off guard, gave you a sense of control. But it came with a cost. You stopped experiencing connection and started analyzing it. Now it shows up in ways you don't always notice. You hold back your full thoughts. You don't fully express how you feel. You test people without realizing it. You wait to see if they'll stay before you allow yourself to attach. And when things are going well, you feel uneasy. Because part of you is still asking, when does this change? So instead of relaxing into connection, you stay slightly distant from it. Over time, this becomes your explanation. I have trust issues. I'm just guarded. I don't open up easily. But that's not personality. That's protection. That's what your system learned in environments where connection wasn't consistent. You didn't choose this. You adapted into it. And now it feels like who you are. You don't feel unsafe because people are dangerous. You feel unsafe because safety was unpredictable. Your system isn't reacting to this person. It's reacting to what it learned to expect. And if closeness once led to confusion, or distance, or loss, your body doesn't forget that easily. So the real questions aren't surface level. They go deeper. When did connection stop feeling stable? What usually followed closeness? What are you expecting people to do, even when they haven't done it? And what part of you is still preparing for that moment? These patterns don't live in logic. They live in memory, in your reactions, in how you feel, before anything even happens. You say you want connection, and you probably do, but wanting it, and feeling safe in it, are not the same thing. Because if your system learned that closeness leads to loss, it won't relax just because someone is kind. And sometimes, the hardest part isn't finding someone safe. It's realizing you don't know how safety is supposed to feel.